Hey friends, Tara Fuller here with Campus Speak. I was recently chatting with a friend, giving them some advice, and they looked at me and said, "Don't you struggle with this too?" And I said, yes I do. And I never said that my wisdom doesn't also apply to me. I say that because I want you to know that I need to receive this message as much as I want to share it with you. I was recently scrolling Twitter, and you know that moment, like 10 minutes or 10 hours into scrolling, where you stop and say, how did I get here? How long have I been doing this? What day is today? Well, I had that moment. And I've actually been off of social media for quite a while now, and my energy was just zapped by the scrolling. And I thought, can you lower your tolerance for scrolling? I don't think that's a thing. But I do think that I actually was overstimulated by the amount of contempt that I was reading in the posts. I often find my heart and spirit wondering, how do we get back to humanity? There's so much pain in the world, and we become aware of it at such a rapid pace that we barely have time to process. So then we become desensitized to the pain, to our own pain and to that of others. And it seems like everywhere you turn, people are ready for a fight, ready to assume the worst about others, ready to project their pain onto other people, either because they don't know how to manage it or they don't even realize it exists. As important as it is to be curious about others, it's just as, if not more important, to be curious about ourselves. We are the only thing that we can control. So we need to be familiar with our ins and our outs as if we had been given a user manual, able to troubleshoot our own dysfunction. We are all capable of doing this, of addressing our pain and leaning into the complexity of the world. We just need to coach ourselves through this a little bit more gently. I often ask myself, why are you so worked up, tense, angry, defensive about insert some topic? I don't ask myself this question to shame myself out of feeling how I feel. I ask it as an exploration to understand what lies beneath the feeling. I encourage you to try and engage in this type of reflection. Answers will come if you connect with yourself and you learn to discern what thoughts are yours and what thoughts have been influenced by others. In order to remain true to yourself, give yourself permission to let go of the other thoughts, the external expectations and voices and stories that you have that are weighing you down. Let's take some time to slow down. Just breathe. Release the tension from your body and ask yourself, have you stopped giving people the benefit of the doubt, and why? It's understandable if you've experienced painful events, why you would start questioning others' intentions. And when we allow that pain to go unaddressed, it starts to perpetuate through us and out toward others. Social change and creating inclusive spaces is dependent on each of us doing the personal work to show up more compassionately each and every day. So let's slow down and recognize when we might be leading with righteousness and rigidity as opposed to leading with curiosity. Showing up with compassion when you have very real pain and anger about the state of the world and the impact it has on you, on your communities, on the people you care about is not easy. But it is necessary, especially when you remember that you can extend that compassion to yourself, and you should. We are such complex creatures, and what I saw on Twitter was not complex. Granted, the posts have character limits, I know, but it was dualistic language with no room or space for dialogue or understanding. It is messy out there, and messy can be okay. But fighting over the messiness and trying to come up with one right answer or one way of being pulls us from the complexity of our humanity. Remember that you don't need to respond or have an opinion to everything, and especially not instantly. Slow down as you're able and think critically about how you want to engage and use your words to show up in the world. I'm in this process with you.